We've all seen it. The loud mouth. The bully. The guy who talks endless trash, crossing every line, disrespecting everything sacred, convinced he's untouchable. In life, these people don't always get what's coming to them. But in boxing, karma steps into the ring. This is the story of Ricardo Mayorga, a man who turned disrespect into an art form. A fighter who didn't just talk trash, he weaponized it. He insulted a legend's family. He promised violence and humiliation with a smile on his face. For months, the boxing world watched as Mayorga played the perfect villain, spewing hatred at one of the sport's most beloved champions. And the whole time, we all wondered the same thing. Would he actually back it up? Or would karma catch up to him in the most public, brutal way possible? This is the story of one of the most disrespectful build-ups in boxing history, and the savage beatdown that followed. This is Oscar De La Hoya versus Ricardo Mayorga, the night a loud-mouthed bully learned the hardest lesson in combat sports. May 6th, 2006. The MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy of boxing, was about to defend his WBC super welterweight title against a man who'd spent months making his life a living hell. Now, to understand why this fight mattered so much, you need to know where Oscar was in his career. This wasn't just another defense. This was a statement fight. Oscar had faced adversity before, experienced setbacks that made people question if he still had it. There were whispers, doubts, questions about whether the golden boy's shine had faded. But Oscar De La Hoya was a champion, and champions don't stay down. He was coming back to prove he was still elite, still dangerous, still the man who dominated the sport for over a decade. And standing across the ring, his opponent was Ricardo El Matador Mayorga. Mayorga wasn't just any fighter. This guy was a walking, talking middle finger to everything professional boxing stood for. He smoked up to 3 packs of cigarettes a day. After knocking guys out, he'd actually light up cigarettes in the ring.
We toast you.
He wore bullfighting outfits to weigh-ins. The man was pure, unfiltered chaos, a rebel without a filter, and he was about to make the biggest mistake of his life. But it wasn't his wild lifestyle that made this fight legendary. It was his mouth. For months leading up to this fight, Mayorga unleashed a campaign of disrespect that shocked even the hardcore boxing world. He didn't just talk trash. He crossed every line imaginable. He insulted Oscar's wife. He insulted his son. He made obscene gestures at press conferences, grabbing his crotch and promising to make the golden boy his bitch. During one press conference, he looked directly at Oscar and said, "I want to kill him. I want to stop his heart with my right hand." The disrespect got so bad that in February, while filming a commercial together, the two fighters had to be physically separated during a shoving match. Mayorga wouldn't stop running his mouth even then. And here's the thing, Mayorga wasn't just trying to sell tickets. He genuinely believed he was going to destroy Oscar De La Hoya. He accused Oscar of being scared. He called him overrated. He predicted a knockout. The confidence was off the charts. Even during the actual fight, Mayorga's trainer and team were yelling insults at Oscar's corner. At one point, Mayorga called Oscar's trainer, the legendary Floyd Mayweather Sr., a monkey, right there in the ring. Days before the fight, Mayorga pulled one final power move. He threatened to pull out of the fight entirely unless his $2 million purse was increased. Don King scrambled and added another $500,000 just to keep the fight alive. Ricardo Mayorga had turned himself into the most hated man in boxing. And Oscar De La Hoya? He was about to make him pay for every word. The atmosphere in the MGM Grand was electric. This wasn't just a title fight anymore. This was personal. This was about respect. This was about shutting up the biggest mouth in boxing. The bell rang for round one. Mayorga came out aggressive, talking trash even as the fight started. He threw wild punches, trying to land that knockout he'd promised. But then, less than 2 minutes into the fight, reality hit Mayorga harder than any punch ever had. De La Hoya landed a crisp right hand, followed by a devastating left hook. Mayorga's legs buckled. He crashed to the canvas. The MGM Grand exploded. The trash-talking bully was on his back, staring up at the lights, probably wondering what just happened. Mayorga got up, but something had changed. That cocky smirk was gone. The swagger had disappeared. For the first time, doubt crept into El Matador's eyes. What followed was a masterclass in controlled violence. Round after round, Oscar De La Hoya systematically broke down Ricardo Mayorga. This wasn't a brawl. This was a lesson. Every insult, every disrespectful gesture, every crude comment about his family, Oscar was paying him back with interest. De La Hoya's jab was snapping Mayorga's head back. His combinations were razor sharp. His movement was beautiful. He was making Mayorga miss by miles, then countering with precision shots that were adding up damage. The stats tell the story. De La Hoya landed 44% of his punches. Mayorga, just 17%. Out of 333 punches thrown, Mayorga only connected with 58. He was being utterly dominated. By the fifth round, Mayorga's face was starting to swell. The wild man who'd promised to stop Oscar's heart couldn't even land clean shots. Every time he rushed forward with those wild haymakers, Oscar would sidestep and punish him with counter punches. The crowd could sense what was coming. This wasn't going to the scorecards. Round 6. Oscar De La Hoya smelled blood. He started unloading, and Mayorga had no answers. Then it happened. De La Hoya unleashed a 20-punch combination. 20 consecutive punches, each one landing with bad intentions. Mayorga was defenseless, stumbling, getting hammered from every angle. He wasn't fighting back anymore. He was just trying to survive. Referee Jay Nady had seen enough.
It's all over. This fight is over. A great performance by Oscar De La Hoya.
At 1 minute and 25 seconds of the 6th round, he jumped in and waved it off. It was over. The trash-talking bully had been systematically destroyed, knocked down in round 1, dominated for 5 more rounds, then stopped in the 6th. There was no controversy. No controversy. No debate. Ricardo Mayorga had been thoroughly beaten. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. After the fight, with his face battered and his pride shattered, Ricardo Mayorga did something nobody saw coming. As Oscar celebrated in the ring, Mayorga approached him. The two men stood face to face, and then Mayorga spoke. "You are a great champion. You are a great fighter. I apologize for everything I said to you." The man who'd spent months spewing hatred and disrespect was now apologizing. Oscar looked at him and without hesitation said 2 words, "I forgive you." They embraced in the middle of the ring. The crowd, which had been baying for Mayorga's blood just moments before, actually applauded the moment of sportsmanship. Years later, Oscar would admit something interesting. He'd specifically chosen Mayorga as an opponent because he knew all that trash talk would motivate him. Mayorga had played right into his hands, fueling the fire that led to his own destruction.
Great performance by Oscar De La Hoya when a popular fighter comes back.
The story of Oscar De La Hoya versus Ricardo Mayorga is more than just a boxing match. It's a reminder that in combat sports, your mouth can write checks your fists can't cash. Mayorga came in as the cocky villain, disrespecting a legend and his family, promising violence and humiliation. He left as a humbled fighter who learned the hardest lesson in boxing. Respect is earned in the ring, not at press conferences. Oscar De La Hoya didn't just win a fight that night. He defended his honor, protected his family's name, and reminded the boxing world why he was called the Golden Boy. And Ricardo Mayorga? He learned that sometimes the best fighters don't need to talk. They just need to fight.